So my only reason to start coding was honestly because I was really addicted to my iPad when I was a kid. If we consider it from an academic side, I did not score much in my 12th. I scored 66%. And when I just got my first freelance payment, my dad was like, "The dude, leave JEE if you want to. Like, it's okay." No courses at all. My biggest flex is that I have not spent any money on my programming education.
Hi, Dhravya. Welcome to this podcast, White Color Podcast. How are you doing?
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm doing fine.
That's great. So we'll start the podcast and we'll see how was your journey and what are you doing currently, your projects, your journey of full stack development, and how we can evaluate the audience. So tell me something about your past. So what was your past?
In the past, so like I did my schooling right here in Mumbai, and in school around ninth standard, like I was very isolated from the crowd. I don't know why. Like one day, people just started hating me for whatever reason because I was a class monitor and stuff like that. So I stopped talking to people as much as I used to, but I had a really nice friends group. And 10th standard was a lockdown for us. So I wasted half of the lockdown playing PUBG, but I utilized the other half of it by, building my own skills, and I started to learn to code. So around around June, July, I started learning Unity and made some games on Unity. Very simple games. I did not even know how to code back then. But when I received this laptop in August 2021, that's when my programming journey actually started. And
Okay,
since then, I've done a bunch of stuff.
cool. That makes sense. So, why you started coding at this early age? Because 10th standard mein people like I have to enjoy things and stuff like that, play games and do something like that. So why you started coding? How was your mindset? Let's start the code.
So my only reason to start coding was honestly because I was really addicted to my iPad when I was a kid. And
Okay.
because of that, like I was always passionate about technology and how stuff works. And when I got the laptop, I was just like, okay, this is cool. And I want to also do something like that. I want to make the apps that I love to use, and that's how it really started. But then slowly, like I explored more, and then I understood that yes, this is exactly what I want to do.
Correct. So how was your 12th?
My 12th was honestly not really good, I would say. If we consider it from an academic side, I did not score much in my 12th. I scored 66%. But from a career side, it was also the best year like I've ever had. But I also had offline college to go to.
So you are from commerce background or science?
I am from science, yes. I took computer science, and because I took computer science as an optional subject and English, computer and science and English literally saved me. I would feel if it wasn't the case.
Oh, so what was the reason of like very much low score? You were more focused on building skills, right?
Right. So like I was hyper focused on building my skills and hyper focused on basically like
Yeah.
building apps, but also doing job and what I want to do later in life. I just realized that okay, I am going abroad anyways for studies, and I only need this much marks. And other than that, I did study a lot for stuff that actually mattered for me, for SAT and IELTS exams for universities.
You were clear about of your study abroad studies, or you decided later on after 12th?
So that is an interesting story. I decided only in 11th standard. Before that, like by the end of 11th standard, so entire 11th standard, I was basically studying for JEE, which was
Exactly. Yeah.
like I don't really, I was so sure that I'm going to crack JEE because I was really good at academics in my school. I got 96% in 10th standard. Um,
Oh,
but like when I started coding more, I just realized it's pointless. For me. For me.
Correct. So your decision to going abroad for your higher studies, your bachelor studies, you chose United States for abroad. So why did you choose that? Because there is a huge difference between studying here in India than in US. So what were your points in your mind? Yes, I have to go to college in US.
Right. So, like, I have a lot of criticism against the Indian education system, especially the universities here.
Correct.
Like, there is no proper university except maybe the best IITs. But even the best IITs don't have stuff that normal stuff that other universities have. Let's just say a person has not yet decided what they want to do. They have to choose whether they are going into science, commerce, or arts. If they are in science, they have to choose if they want to do computer science or aerospace or whatever. What if you are interested in all of them? Like, I am a person who has also been interested in aerospace from like very childhood. So like you cannot really change in between and stuff like that. That's just one point. And like I have countless more arguments. The syllabus is like very rigid here in India, the curriculum, and like so many things. And when I just got my first freelance payment, my dad was like, "No, dude, leave JEE if you want to, like it's okay."
Oh, correct. So you started freelancing too, Hera?
I had started freelancing in 11th standard itself. I was actually building a Discord bot and Discord bots as freelance projects.
Great, correct. So, how did you learn to code actually? What was the process of learning coding?
So initially I used YouTube a lot because YouTube had these amazing people who are teaching for free, and like they provide notes, they provide everything that one needs. But then I realized like once you understand the fundamentals of anything, say it is a programming language, then I started building projects, but I was copying like YouTube tutorials line to line, and that was my pitfall. It wasted like 2 or 3 months of mine, but at the same time I did learn, even through copying, I guess. So later on, I discovered this thing called the GitHub Students Pack. And the GitHub Students Pack had educative.io, like a lot of the courses were free as a part of that pack. So I learned JavaScript and other stuff on educative. And yes, so it's a mix of everything. YouTube, text-based courses, and like even my mentors taught me some things directly. Like you know, I just read documentation, and whenever I needed help, I asked someone.
Did you join any courses or you were taught whole the journey?
No courses at all. My biggest flex is that I have not spent any money on my programming education.
Oh, that's a great point. What are the 3 top projects you want to disclose here that you have worked till now?
My 3 top projects would be, first is definitely LMFAO.tech. It was a social media, but for memes. And at the peak, it had around 200 users. And I never really advertised it as much as I could. But at the peak, it had 200 users. And even technologically, it was a progressive web app. So it also works on your phone. It had notifications, it had a community tab, like it had so many things that we worked on, and we built it in just 1 month. Other than that, there is disco.pix, which was an image hosting website, but you can upload unlimited images to it. Because what we were doing on the back end is we were actually uploading those images to Discord and using Discord as our image host. So that also did really well. By the way, both of these projects are now open source, lmfo.it and disco.pix. And the third project is definitely tweets.beauty, my Twitter bot, which absolutely blew up. And that's why I had so many successes in my career. So it was a bot that basically beautifies your tweets for cross posting to other social media.
Correct. By the way, if you don't know, I will attach your his open source all the links, so you can check it out in the description. So moving ahead, how did you make the mindset of monetizing your coding skills? Because this is a mindset people do not get. ऐसे आज आया कल चलो let's say monetize. This is a mindset where very less people know to monetize any skills, not only coding skill, any skills. And this is a mindset which takes time to build up.
You know what? I would say that having a mindset that you want to monetize something is actually a common pitfall that many people go into. Like if you get into coding, saying that yes, I want to start earning because of this, then you will eventually you will just like you can start earning, but you will get stuck at $1,000. But if you just build, as in you work on a skills continuously and you build without any reason, without any money or anything. Like all my projects, the Discord bot freelancing that I spoke about, even that was just because I built a Discord bot and someone reached out to me. Like I never tried to monetize anything. Almost all my projects are open source right now, and success just follows when you give back to the community, I guess.
Think about you when you like do this stuffs or other stuff. Do you struggle with your friendships or relationships?
I actually did not struggle with my relationships, except for the fact that sometimes I would not be available to play games with them. But I don't think that matters as much. In the start, they were just like, bro is spending all his day on computer and not studying. And by the end of 10th, because we got our marks for free in 10th grade, by the end of 10th, they were like sure that I'm not going to score so well. And even I was so sure. In 11th grade, everyone went to their own colleges, and I had online college, and I never went to college. So I had the same school friends who live very close to where I live, and I just go to their house whenever, or I just call them up anytime I want to meet. So it was not as bad as like I thought it would be, or how other people think it happens. In fact, yesterday I had one meeting, and then I completed that meeting, and I had one more like right after that. And as soon as that ended, I get a call from my friend like Aja, and then I cancel all the meetings ahead and I go to friend's place to play games or stuff. So like I have to make some compromises, but I don't think that's affected at all.
So you mentioned in your website that you are building in public. So what is that and why it is important? Because I know building in public is very important. What are your perspective towards that?
I personally think that everyone should be building in public. Building in public was the sole reason why all of my products grew. Because when people see you building a product, they are more attached to the product itself. Not only that, in return, you get validation for your ideas, for your user interface. People can anytime just message you that, hey, it would be cool if this thing would be added, and then it's shipped in like 2 hours. Building in public. So if you approach something like I have to make this alone, and you do not talk to your users and stuff like that, then the product is never gonna work. Building in public automatically allows you to talk to users. You ask them, what do you need? Like it's all, and obviously if you keep providing updates, then people will be more excited that hey, he's building in public, he's working on this right now. And like I have seen so many success stories of people building amazing stuff. And there is this one thing that what if my idea gets stolen? If your idea gets stolen, it was not good at the first place. Like there's this vision that everyone has with their ideas. Ideas are incredibly cheap. Anyone can make products, anyone can have ideas. But building in public, like whoever is the biggest builder in public, their ideas will work because they are getting the user feedback in real time.
Correct. what advantages you got from, like, if you have built it from in public?
So I'll just give you like an example of two of my projects.
Sure.
Okay. So I built disco.pix in public.
Okay.
And I did not and I did not build Spacebot in public, and both of them did really well in their own ways. But I'll just tell you the difference. Actually, Spacebot was also technically in public, but I'll just tell you the difference anyway. So, the start of Discord.pix, I had tweeted one line. What if Discord was an image host? And so many people replied to it, dude, this is such a good idea. You can't just upload images there. You can't just copy the URL. And I messaged Yash that, hey, what if Discord was an image host? Let's just build this. And we built it overnight and we shipped it tomorrow, like the next day. And we were like, hey, I just built this product. And people loved it, So many people were like, hey, this is amazing. We did not get as many users, but people loved it. And it looked really good on my portfolio. A couple companies reached out to me like, hey, this is cool. And would you like to work for me? Stuff like that. And also the fact that Disco.pix was built in public from day one and open source. Spacebot, on the other hand, like I had rewritten it 6 times in total, because every time I would do something, a user would give a feedback that would require all the code to change. So like, but also I was a beginner at that time, so maybe that's why. So the first version of Spacebot grew to like 10 servers, and it was all my friends. And obviously my friends gave me the feedback I needed. But when I actually started to, grow it like to hundreds and thousands of servers, I started one more rewrite, which was a Spacebot beta, like the Spacebot 6 version. And that's when it completely stopped, because I was not asking anyone what they needed. And I just coded features that no one even asked for. I just wasted time. So again, it depends on the situation. But for me, build in public has worked every time. In fact, Spacebot is not active right now, but Discord.pix is.
Correct. So, what tools did you learn to become the full stack developer?
In terms of tools, so let's start with programming languages. So first I learned Python, but Python is not really needed for full stack development. Importantly, you need to learn JavaScript, TypeScript, maybe any JavaScript framework. I use Next.js, and I use this stack called Create T3 app, which uses Tailwind, TypeScript, and Next.js. And on the other hand, I learned tools that every programmer should know. That is using VS Code, learning Vim bindings, and of course, learning Git and stuff like that. So that's it. That's all you need.
Correct. Tell me about your product, Epic Host.
Okay, Epic Host was actually the first company that I had, that I sold also. So what happened was, when I was building Spacebot, there was this I was a college student, and obviously I did not have any money, and my parents did not know that I'm spending so much time on coding. So I had to figure out a way to host my bot for free. So I reached out to a friend who was already running a hosting business, which was Epic Host, and I asked him that, hey, could you provide me a space on your server? Then I realized how his business could be grown, and I told him like, hey, do this. But that would require a lot of technology, right? Because right now it was a very low tech company. It was just a hosting business. So I built all that technology myself, and he was so happy with that he added me as a co-founder of the company. So then we grew massively. Like we had 5,000 users who were using our servers. Like that is crazy in hosting business. It's a huge number. And Then like Rise, GRE was coming up, and my 12th boards were coming up. The business was not doing as good because, of course, we were children and we had not monetized it as good as we could. So we just decided that we should sell it. We had around $4,000 in the bank already, and in order to expand, we needed to buy a lot of more servers. We were stuck at 5,000 users, and then we just ended up selling it to a bigger host.
Correct. What advice you would you like to give to someone if they want to start the development or are going with the development step?
I would say first of all, build projects in public, build as many projects as you can. So that's three things that you should absolutely keep in mind. Do not worry about how other people are succeeding, because that's often something that overwhelms us. Just look at like, this is not a zero sum game, right? If someone wins, you don't have to lose. You can win along with them.
Correct.
And ask for help. Join communities. That's the most important in my opinion. And yes, that's really it that I have.
Correct. That was nice talking to you with this podcast or this episode, I would say. I would say you are a person who has understood the life, understood the business at such a early age, done a lot of things at such an early age. You should be proud about that, because I have talked to many people, my student, my juniors, seniors, and many guests in my podcast. I would say you are very lucky to what you are doing, what resources you have, and what mindset you have, I would say. So you have, I would say, correct a lot of things at very early age. Many people do not have that mindset, understanding at that in that age. So I would say, so would be giving a good wishes for your higher studies in US. Good luck for that.
Thank you.